He just had to do that, didn't he? I believe minutes after I did my house, Mumbo decided to add, well, some sort of takeoff platform, some sort of control tower, and a rocket. If the goal is to build the tallest house or the highest house, I mean, let's be honest, there was a lot of confusion about what word to use in the last video. But if he's to build the house that reaches the sky limit, this will beat anything. he'll just take off in his rocket. Now, hypothetically, if I were to extend my base further and, you know, accidentally place a nether portal right above, say, the center of his rocket there, then, yeah, there's gonna be, I mean, that'd be good. That'd be good. That'd be great. I mean, just accidentally. I also couldn't help to notice that there are balloons flying. Oh my goodness. Okay, I did not see this. What on earth has happened? I'm just stunned. Some balloons seem to have got loosened from the tie up there, and they are slowly falling down to the floor, I suppose, landing and very much coloring RenBob's caravan. Sorry, it's not a caravan, Iskall. It's a truck. Is it a truck? It's a car. Vehicle. Yep, let's settle on vehicle. This place looks so insane. I am truly sorry. I'm truly sorry, Mr. RenBob. Dear Bob, I apologize for the very colorful impact my house has had on your vehicle. Luckily, hippies are known to love color. And these are woolens. And not plasticoons. So they are completely safe for the environment. In addition, I bought some very fashionable sandals, scallium colored ones, of course. And by doing so, I hope we are bestest friends. I love the environment too, man. That's what he says, right? That's what he says. Sign it, Iskmain. Make sure he sees this as well. I don't want to cause any issues. We'll put a book there. And oh, I should pay for those. I'm now down to 12 diamonds, by the way. I'm officially, well, I've always been the poorest hermit on the server. Sahara, save me. I'm sure we can use these sandals for something. Can you? Oh, no, you can't. Okay. Well, we'll find a use. Well, with that out of the way, I want to get to the first part of today, which is going to be our minigame. And as you can see, in between episodes, I've been quite busy. And I mean really busy. I think I've spent a good 10 hours on this off camera and additionally a few hours on a stream. But I have got to the point where I've marked out a terrain divider in the center, and this lava happened to be here naturally, and it gave me the idea that we should definitely have lava in the middle, because everybody likes the idea of maybe being punched into lava, I mean, or at least punching someone into lava. Now, the cool thing with this is that I've actually made this so that you can, if you're skilled, make the jump. Cubfan was over here the other day, and he made it immediately. I still haven't made it once. Come on! Oh, I did it! Whew, I did it. So you can, if you're daring, make the jump over to the mine, go mine, and then hopefully you can get back. Yeah, I mean, if you're good at Minecraft. But it's all part of the fun to have some sort of risks, etc. Now, I've also, in addition to this, and this is what took the longest time, I've also created the yellow side with the 4 different shops that we need for this to work. And I had to do a little bit of a change from the previous one, and the only change I did actually was I changed this block out here, which used to be a full block, for a stair, because it turned out in 1.14 for some reason the shulker box wouldn't be picked up by the hopper if there was a full block there, and I don't really know why that was a thing, But anyway, that was a thing. Unfortunately, Stress Monster has been under the weather lately. She's had some kind of cold and not been able to play much or record or anything like that. So I'm gonna start helping her out and hopefully she appreciates it. In fact, I know that she does because I did ask if it was okay that I helped her out with the terrain. But that's of course going to add to the time for this project because yeah, when I said 3 episodes, I meant do the technical stuff and the base design. And I'll have that done in 3 episodes. But I'll also want to get some of the terrain done in this episode. Alright, so 5 hours of work, and as you can see, the terrain is still not done. I know I said about the terrain. I'm sorry. I got sidetracked. I did a lot of other things instead. The very first thing that I want to show you is that I changed out the idea of having lava down here for magma blocks instead. And this is because when you go and grab a flag and run over to the base and to capture it, if you get punched down with the flag, it will burn up in lava and it will be gone forever. So instead, I did all of these things during a live stream and I got a lot of input from you guys out there. So big thank you to everybody who follows me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Iskall85. And took part in that massive live stream. We together came up with the idea to have the magma blocks instead because this will still kill the player. And you may say, no, actually you can shift on the magma blocks and you're fine. You can, but you're kind of dead. Like there's no way you can get out of this. Well, there's no natural way you can get out of this. You're not allowed to mine anything in the map except for the cobblestone, for example. So you pretty much have to die. Now, the cool thing with this is when you do die, say that I die over here, I lose my bricks, I lose that, I lose that, I lose that. We actually created a fully blown minecart system underneath all of these magma blocks that will eventually pick that up and shoot it up here, at least in theory. And here we go. Items plop up in the middle. Now, what's cool about that, in my opinion, is you will be able to, or this sort of central dangerous spot in the game is going to become a lot more interesting because looting your opponents is of course a thing that you're allowed to do in this game. So let's say that this opponent has got, or this team has got really good gear and you manage to get them down on the magma blocks. Well, they're gonna die and then it's gonna be very important that you camp this spot. But also if you die with a flag down there, your teammates could camp this spot or try and get your items. And there is quite a bit of a delay before the items appear, so it's not like instantly, which I think is really good. And this genius solution to the whole thing just adds to the game mechanic and I really, really like it. And like I said, it's a genius idea. I didn't come up with it all on my own. There was a lot of geniuses helping me out. I also did a bunch more stuff. I designed the interior of the red base. I haven't yet done it for the yellow base. And then we installed a barrel for arrows and a barrels for food. So we're gonna have carrots, I think we decided will be the food of the game. And in the back here, this is the respawn room. Now this button here and this slab is temporary. So when the final battle or when the final game launches, this won't be possible to get into. And that's simply so that you can't really spawn camp the enemies. But if you die in the game, you will respawn in this room. We're gonna have beds over here, chilling, and these are all your crates for the player. So when I come in to play this game, I would dump all my stuff in here. And I gotta move this pressure plate to the right place so I can demonstrate this. So dump all my stuff into a barrel. And now I'm ready to play. And actually, because we don't have food in the game yet, I'm just gonna take some carrots. And we start, you step over this pressure plate, it releases the free items, which is a sword and a wooden pickaxe. And in addition to that, we also spent a lot of time on stream figuring out what we should be selling in the different boxes or what the different boxes should contain. So if you remember, we have a category for weapon, one for armor, one for range, and one for tools. And we came up with some really fun stuff. So weapon, the common box will always contain a stone sword, uncommon stone axe, rare iron sword, epic diamond sword. The armor category, it's iron boots, hat, leggings, and chestplate. The range category is really interesting because this was a pretty good idea. So the common one will release a bow, the uncommon a crossbow, the rare a crossbow with rockets. So remember Grian's little minigame that we played in the village? I mean, yeah, I think that fits into this as well. So if you get a rare range box, you get a crossbow with 10 rockets. And the epic will have a bow with flame, because flame is super annoying in PvP, and it's very, very powerful. The tool section is also very interesting. So the common section, the common box will always drop a stone pickaxe, and that's of course going to be very important because it speeds up the mining process. Now the uncommon box can have either 8 scaffolding blocks. Remember how I said earlier about there's no natural way of getting up here because you're not allowed to mine. Well, if you have scaffolding blocks, you can actually fall down and get back up. However, it's a big risk. You can also use scaffolding blocks to get around the towers, because we also decided that the towers, which I also designed interiorly, are the ones to hold the flag. So we're gonna have one flag there, we're gonna have one flag there, and there's gonna be 3 in total. One flag is also gonna sit in the middle there. You can also get a fishing rod in the tool section, which could be useful for like fishing someone down into the middle section there. Adds a little bit fun mechanic. And then the rare one could contain 2 ender pearls or a flint and steel. Again, flint and steel super useful in Minecraft if you want to burn bird poop, diorite, and other garbage. Or in PvP if you want to set someone alight, because, yeah, it's, like I said, annoying. The epic tool drop is the shield. The shield is quite OP in PvP when not everybody has it, and so, yeah, we figured that should be an epic drop. In addition to all of these things, I have actually also stocked one of the shops. I've stocked the weapon shop full of the different things that I just showed you. So what we can do at this point in time is that we can actually try the game out. By testing the game, I'm of course referring to single player without any threat levels or anything like that, so it's of course going to be different. But just to get an idea of the pace, I also shut off the haste beacon. So this is how it would be. I would go over here and I would start to collect cobblestone. Now remember, the speed of which I dig this is really important for the game balance, because right now I can be attacked by the enemy team or left alone, I don't know. The minimum amount to buy anything is 5 cobblestone, so let's say that when I've got 5 cobblestone I go back. You're also not allowed to place cobblestone or use it as a building block. It's only supposed to be used as a currency. Now because I've only done the weapon shop, we're gonna buy a weapon here, so I put my 5 cobblestone in. And remember, everything is done under stress here. We got the common one, so that should contain a stone sword. Yep, it did. Oops. Pick it up. Did I just duplicate my sword? No, that was that was just a bug. Alright, so I got 5 more cobblestone and I'm ready to make my second purchase. And take a look at the pickaxe down in my hotbar. It's actually taking quite a bit of damage from just 10 cobblestone pieces. And I believe this to be a really, really good little thing, because that means that if you don't invest correctly in tools, etc., you're gonna run out of pickaxes. Like, you get a new one when you die, so you can always kill yourself in the middle there or run into the enemies and just let them kill you. But I think it adds a fun limiting factor. Anyway, let's make our second purchase. Let's see if we get anything else than common. No, we get another common box, which of course is good. I mean, it's supposed to be the most commonly you're supposed to get is the common box. This time I got myself 10 cobblestone. And so let's make 2 purchases here. The first one, oh my goodness, we got the epic weapon. We got the diamond sword. That is pretty insane. There's only one epic box in the entire system and we managed to get it. Now we're very powerful in comparison to our teammates. Yes, I like it. Now the goal of the game are these flags. It's about capturing these flags. So let's picture for a moment that I'm on the red team. There's going to be one flag down in the center and then these 2 side flags will be up in the towers like I've done on the other side. Let's say that I'm the red team. I've gone and I've captured my yellow flag. I'm running back with it, and at any moment in time right now they are allowed to kill me and they're allowed to punch me down here and the flag will still return up to the center. Basically, they need to get me to release this flag before I score the points. And to score the points, we decided to have a pickup system right here, I believe. I may reconsider that though, because it is a little bit weird. But we have a pickup system somewhere. I drop the flag in, and when I do, the flag gets sucked in and the enemy team can no longer retrieve it. And we're gonna have a score display using beacons. And we decided upon beacons because, well, it's just the coolest thing. It's easy to see from the other side. We also played around with the idea of having lights, but I think we settled with beacons. So basically, I need a system right now that can do this automatically. So whenever I score a flag, so we first of all need an item filter to make sure it's a flag, and then it needs to go 1 flag, 2 flags, and 3 flags if I now score all 3, and that's when I would have won in this scenario. I think that I want to have the flag input right here instead of having it drop on our floor. So right in the center of the base, we would put the flag in and it would be got sucked out like that, and then it would see if it's a point and then it would light a beacon. Yeah, I kind of like that more than having it drop into the floor there. You know what? The first flag should actually be pretty central and easy to get. So what if we just put it there? Because we're not going to have the lights there. Yeah, I like that. So the enemy team has to run up. It's kind of hard to get because you're out in the open. So if I have now done everything correct, that there should mean that it's now connected up. And I should probably light up this. Don't want any mobs down here. And this should be an input system that checks if the flag is right. So we should get a yellow or a green wool block. Let's just make sure I didn't trigger that by mistake. Nope. So right on this spot here, we should get a green wool block be shot up, and then I can, with that green wool block, hopefully come up with a contraption that powers the first piston, and if that's powered, it powers the second one. If that's powered, it powers the third one, which is essentially you winning the game. So let's just try this. If I send down a stone block, nothing should happen. If I send down many stone blocks, nothing should happen either. Nope. It looks like we're good. If I send a yellow flag, though, that should... Yeah, that triggered it. Okay, and hopefully... Yes, there we go. Okay, nice. So I'm in my creative test world because I need to figure out a system that can take one of these green wool blocks. So this is the illustration of the system we have now. The green wool blocks comes up this elevator, and then we should have a water stream right here, and they get shot over a bunch of hoppers in this situation. And what I want to happen is that the first item gets into the first one, triggers this, which it just triggered. So now we have a redstone pulse here, and that can be our piston powered right there. And then it also needs to lock this hopper so that the next hopper will pick up the next item, and then the next item will be picked up by the next item. But it's a little bit tricky, and it's a little bit tricky because I need to power this, or I need this block to be a power thing in order to lock the hopper. And of course we have water there. We can also not go downwards. If we would be able to go downwards, we could just bring a signal down over here and lock the hopper from here. But our floor or our ceiling is right here. So that's our ceiling block in the actual Hermitcraft server. So I have to be a little bit clever, and basically this system here will not work. I have to rethink this a little bit. Nope, so close. Still no go. So after a bunch of testing here in creative, I think I've come up with a solution to this. Hopefully we can fit this in the game though, because remember we can't go down. So that means that this whole chute needs to be a lot taller than what it is today. But if I put water in here and then we simulate the green wool, sorry, lime wool coming up, we get 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, and if we were to throw any extras in, they're just gonna end up here eventually. Yep, there we go. So, I mean, this is a super simple system, much simpler than I thought from the very beginning that I would make this, but yeah, this would totally work. This would totally work, unless it's too tall, or unless I can't mask it. And only one way to find that out, back on the Hermitcraft server, from the piston, this system would need 4 blocks up. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be our water stream. Now the question is if we can mask that, and by the looks of things, we can. We can actually, because this all needs to be covered up anyway with terrain back here. Yeah, I think I found a winner here. I think I found a way to do this. And it's even actually smaller than I thought. Placing the water down there, which is where the items come up. Filling that in should, in theory, be the last things we need to do here. And then we can cover up these as well so that no items accidentally makes it in there. Last redstone pieces up here. These will lock the hoppers. We should be good. And I'm not sure why I'm getting some frame drops at the moment. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, let's try this out. So we send a flag in and we should see the first beacon turning on. That looks like a tongue. Beacon, hello? Oh no, did it not work? Oh, I think I see the item. If we just remove that hopper and then just do something like this instead, because the item could come up through that hopper. It comes up in a plus sign in these item elevators. So if we do this instead, cover that up there, and then remove the stone block that went through. Now we give this another try. Flag goes in. Yes, it worked. It worked. Hey, dude. It worked. Okay, so now we capture our second flag, and this is actually where, you know, where it's a big deal if it works or not. Capture our second flag. It takes a little bit of time, which is fine. It doesn't really matter. It's about the beacons and the items traveling. But there we go. We got 2 beams, and the other team can clearly see that we have captured 2 flags. Yeah, this is great. That pretty much does it for the scoring system, I think. Now, with having the flag input in the middle, I'm not entirely happy with the provided storage space for the teams. So I'm gonna try and move this out. That will also allow me to put glowstone in the middle, which will light the whole thing up. And then we can go with the red carpets, which also marks the base out. Yeah, I think this is gonna look a little bit better. Yeah, I think that looks better overall. That makes the base look a little bit more like barracks as well. Maybe I want to run like some sort of thing over top here. It also makes it a bit harder for any team to try and spawn camp, because now you have some sort of protection as you walk out of the base. Now, if it wasn't clear earlier, the arrows and the food is going to be completely free. You don't have to repurchase arrows, you don't have to repurchase food. The only thing I will say is that there will only be 1 barrel of arrows and 1 barrel of food available per round per team, so they have to be a little bit smart. They can't just waste it all immediately and take a full stack and run out and die and give it all to the opponents. But all in all, I mean, that should be enough arrows. It should be enough food to last the game. Looks like we got some new competition in the build-off. Scar has built this massive thing that I didn't actually see in the beginning of this episode. And it looks absolutely amazing. It's like a rocket-powered flying platform of some sort. Yeah, look at this. He's it's like taking off from the ground. Did he like... The whole wall is just broken as well. Oh, this looks so freaking good. This is ridiculous. Scar, you're a superstar. Wow. I wonder if they're going to create Concorp Street up here. Now, with all this done today, there are still a bunch of stuff that needs to be done. And the whole game looks very, very, very dull and boring at the moment. I do need to texture the castles. I do need to work some on the aesthetics. But I would say, quite happily, that I feel like we're in alpha stage right now. We did do a little bit of an alpha test today to see the speed of the game and that sort of stuff. I do need to copy all of these things over to the yellow side, but it shouldn't be too bad. It's probably going to take me a day or so to do, and I may even stream it. So again, if you aren't following me on Twitch, do follow me on Twitch, because I'm sure we'll do quite a few streams during this game over the next few days. But anyway, that is going to do it for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. If you did, make sure to hit the like button down below. And if you're brand new, consider subscribing. And I will see you dudes in the next episode.